everybody, so tonight I'm making for dinner something that we really love, which is chili topped wedges. So it's kind of like nachos, but it uses potato wedges instead of chips or tortilla chips. I first made this recipe when I was following Slimming World a few years ago, and it was quite a buzz thing to have on Slimming World. I'm not sure if it came from Pinch of Nom. I know they have a version of it, but I'm not sure where it originated from. But we've just kind of tweaked it to the flavours that we enjoy. We really love Tex-Mex food anyway. And so this is a real winner for us. It's really hearty, it's warming, it's filling, and it really doesn't feel like you're eating diet food at all. So I just thought I would share with you how we make it. So first of all, the noise is my actor fryer going. I'm not sure if you can see, and I might need to open it because the top's steamed up. In the actor fryer, I've got some potato wedges, so just thick chunks of potato. I left the skin on, put a tiny bit of oil in there along with some seasoned oil, and they will cook for about 40 minutes to cook through. And then I'm going to make a basic meat sauce, but with some Mexican flavour in it. So I've got a package of turkey mince. You can use whatever mince your family prefers. Now a couple of people have asked me if I'm kind of trying to lose weight, why do I use the 7% turkey thigh mince and not the 2% turkey breast mince? The reason is flavour. The breast mince is fine if you're making things like burgers and that sort of thing, but if you just want some flavour in it, I go with the 7%. Hasn't affected my weight loss at all, but obviously if you're trying to lose weight, you'll need to manage that accordingly. If you use pork mince or beef mince, you can definitely get a lower percentage fat. 5% is the best in terms of still having a little bit of fat in there, but unfortunately with turkey thigh mince they don't do a 5% or lower version. It's the breast mince which we just don't enjoy as much. We find it a bit dry, so that's why. And then once I got that browning, I'm going to add a chopped onion and a chopped pepper. I just happen to have a red one, but you could use any chopped pepper that you want. A can of chopped tomatoes, and then the seasoning combination I used for this is 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and I use the smoked paprika for this to give it that nice smoky flavour, and then 2 teaspoons of fajita seasoning. Now you could use a package of fajita seasoning, one of the little kind of sachets. That would be about the right amount for a package of mince this size. But because we use Mexican flavours a lot in our food, I just buy a little bottle of the fajita seasoning, a jar of the fajita seasoning at a time. Most of the stores have their own version. At the time I last wanted to pick one up, they only had the Schwartz one in, so it's a little bit more expensive, but it's not, when you look at what you pay for a sachet, and you get so much more in a little bottle. So if you like this sort of seasoning on your food, then I'd recommend buying a little bottle of it. And then once the meat mixture is all together, we pour it over the top of the wedges, and then on top of that I'm going to add some grated lower fat cheddar, some chopped sliced jalapenos. These are the kind of pickled jalapenos. They're not actually pickled because I think they're in water. Don't think it actually says on there, but it's not really a pickle. It's not like a dill pickle or a pickle that you'd have on a burger, but they're not fresh jalapenos is what I mean. Jarred jalapenos. We always have these in our cupboard, in our fridge. And then I'm going to use a couple of fresh chopped tomatoes just to add a bit of a fresh pop to it, and I will use some black pepper in the seasoning as well. So that's the ingredients. I'm going to get the meat mixture going while the wedges are cooking, and I'll come back and show you how I assemble it once I'm ready to go to the next step. So there are the potato wedges, all nice and cooked. There is the spicy meat mixture. So I'm going to put the meat mixture in this kind of well that I've left in the middle of the potatoes. I'm going to stir through first these chopped fresh tomatoes, and then I'm going to top it with the grated cheese and some of the sliced jalapenos. I'm going to put it under the grill just for about 5 minutes until the cheese starts to melt, and then just before serving I'll come back and show you how it looks. And there is the finished product. We've got the meat, the potato wedges around the edges. I'm rhyming here. And the meat mixture in the middle, and then cheese over the top, and some sliced jalapenos on top of that. Really looking forward to this. It's kind of, you can eat it like nachos with your fingers if you want to, or you can eat it with a knife and fork the good old-fashioned British way. But this is really, really simple. If you like this sort of finger food, kind of picky food, and you like the Mexican flavours, then definitely give this a try, as it is a little bit healthier than just the regular nachos. And you can make the meat mixture as spicy or as not as you like. You don't have to put the jalapenos on the top, so you can sort of tweak it to suit your family. But we do hope you'll give this one a try.